Today we are discussing endgame study, serial number PX3017E, in response to the latest seasonal reports of unusually low rainfall.
Sorry. Okay. We go again.
Welcome to our presentation of ICAP Public Beta. Today we are discussing endgame study, serial number PX3017E, in response to the latest seasonal reports of unusually low rainfall. This has been chosen for display from a set of 261 tested simulations for its fitness in total calorific surplus and mutually assured survival. All the parties involved have chosen to conduct this simulation publicly in order to bring awareness of the effects of the unexpected weather phenomena. However, we are unable to comment on any practice simulations that the parties may have performed in private. We report that all our real-time sensing devices are active and transmitting, and that our distributed processing system is at 88% capacity. 32 species that have been reported extinct this month will be moved to the inactive section of the algorithm's assets, and all calorific flows will be remodeled to reflect this transformation in biodiversity as more data comes in. We will also be declaring a call for submissions for speculative erosion and concretion models to be included in the asset database. Finally, a disclaimer. We have no claim for complete knowledge or for prediction of future events, and therefore bear no responsibility for any unwanted or unexpected results due to the deployment of tested strategies. Our interest in higher levels of realism is aimed at providing a more complex simulation experience, rather than a basis for authoritative judgments. Datasets have been updated to their latest versions, and we have added to our systems the newly initiated institution of the Spring Energy Festival. Members of the public are free to participate and to use the knowledge acquired to construct their own negotiation strategies and to develop their decision-making processes. This is the intention of the iterative simulation format, to test scenarios in an error-free environment. After this event, we will be conducting training sessions for newcomer resource managers of all sectors of the society. And following that, we will be linked to our colleagues in Helsinki for their observations and a digital roundtable discussion. Thanks to all beta testers for your contributions.
Institute. ICAP is a proposed institution that provides a technological infrastructure and a civic platform for the assessment of existing and projective activities against their ecological viability. Rising average temperatures, ocean acidification, extreme weather phenomena are observed, yet the form of a society that will reverse or halt these trends is simply too big to imagine. At the core of ICAP is an iterative simulation system. This generates responses for multiple users, which informs their strategy development. In this gaming format, users are free to make errors, exploring a myriad of possibilities beyond that just of survival. They're invited to consider what is precious to them, what can be dispensed of, and what is to be reconfigured. In order to do this, alliances are formed, plans are established, and contingencies are prepared for. In the tradition of Buckminster Fuller's World Game and military war games, the card game operates as an analog model of a more complex set of interactions. Multiple experts are invited to take part in the design of ICAP by testing out and contributing to the wider discussion about the various rules, scenarios, tactics, and game mechanics.
Calorific. A tablespoon of olive oil contains approximately the same amount of energy in calories as a tablespoon of petroleum oil. The difference is that one combustion takes place inside the human body and the other outside. Any organism that burns more calories than it consumes faces the threat of death. Through the development of agriculture and the harnessing of fire in industrial production, mankind has managed to create a condition of immense calorific surplus. This surplus is invested in the improvement of survival rates, quality of life, and the construction of complex societies. ICAP simulates the natural and the artificial flows of energy as a single ecology, and it affords a reality check as an advanced warning. Users are then able to reconsider the deployment of their plans based on their practical and ideological priorities.
Audit. Architecture is not only an asset to society, but also a potential liability. Human activities rarely account for the effect on ecosystems beyond the externality. Worse still, they're even less capable of accounting for the effects of ecosystems on their own activities beyond the language of insurance and risk. The collapse of these metrics, due to the rapid transformation of our environment, can be an opportunity for a much more interesting discussion than that of carbon emissions and installation factors. ICAP inspects the fitness of activities within a complex web of interdependencies. Beyond the merely bureaucratic action of due diligence, ICAP promotes a configuration of more sophisticated strategies that use nonlinear ecological parameters as a design feature. From local climatic conditions to seasonal cultural rituals to feeding chains of fauna and locked-in technological infrastructures.
Paljassaare. The simulation format for the peninsula observes the existing infrastructures of water treatment plant and ornithological park, as well as their interaction with the activities in the wider region of the Baltics. ICAP utilizes intelligence from local centers of excellence, such as the University of Tartu Biodiversity Project, as well as larger projects such as NASA's Landsat. Whilst it's able to interact with other similar auditing practices, it never attempts of having an overall overview. The data sets, procedures, and categories are informed by the particular economies and rituals of this part of the Baltic region. We think that the only way to deal with catastrophe is to be playful and to learn to love the bomb. Thank you.
Thank you.